Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your MLB baseball preview and prediction for Thursday, July 8th. Hopefully you're having yourself a good start to your day. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. As always, today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join, and you want to follow the top pickers each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. I'll come back in a few minutes to show you how you can follow my picks for free each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. All right, let's before we get going on today's show, don't forget you can get 20% off your next membership package right here. Guys, college football, NFL, CFL is right around the corner. Why not get 20% off your next membership? A one-year membership is $99. Knock 20% off. That's $79.99. And you get the Raymond Report for the entire NFL, college football, CFL season. And it's just right around the corner. Make sure you use promo code FOOTBALL2021. That's capital F, FOOTBALL2021. And get 20% off your next membership right here at ATSstats.com. All right. Now, before we get to today's show, I get a lot of comments in the section saying, you know what, where's this picks? How come there's no picks right here? And, what's this show's all about? This show is not like the Seinfeld show. It's a show about nothing. It's a show about baseball today, right? So we're doing a baseball show. And what we're trying to do is lead you into the game, knowing that you have all the information you need. We give you the computer pick. Now, this is one thing people get confused about. They say, how come your computer pick is not the same as your bullpen picks, right? This is the average that we take from 43 previous games into the system, coming off situation. So when the LA Dodgers are coming off 3 losses and they're a 140 to 160 favorite, and the game went over in the last game or under, whatever the score, it went over, and then we go grab all the data from the past and we give you the forecast on what the averages was for that team against their opponent, and then we give you the computer pick, right? So hopefully that clears up that situation. So when you see the computer pick, it's the base averages off those teams since 1996, and we go get specific coming off situations. So this way, we tell you, we always say, right, history is your best teacher, and let's see what the averages pan out and see if we can get you some winners. We also give you the chances of winning, the percentage play, the pitcher's record when he starts for that team, what his record is, over-under record, any streaks, if a team's coming off a winning or losing streak, the team's over-under record, my value index, what I think you should be buying. Just like this, the Dow Jones, like if you're buying stocks, here's what I think a team should be. When you see the VI right here, the value index, that's what I think that team should be on that day. And the KOGO, which stands for chance of game going over, and the VIC. You see the Vegas Index cycles. If a team is a team above 60% in the standings, B is 50 to 59.9, and C is below 500. And if they're either bearish, bullish, or neutral, and that's what the Raymond Report is all about. All right, now you're wondering, okay, there's the picks. Now, where do I get your picks, Ron? People want to know, how do I get Ron's picks? If you want my picks for free on every game, again, go to bullpenpicks.com, go to the most followed right here, and you're going to see the Expos logo. And once you see the Expos logo, click on follow my picks, and then go to your following page, and you will get my picks for free each and every day. And if you're wondering how I'm doing with my selections, not a bad, I'm doing pretty good. I'm the #1 baseball handicapper right now at bullpenpicks.com. I got 682 wins out of 1,264 games, and I'm #1 right now at bullpenpicks.com. And if you just want specific picks that I bet, the picks that I normally bet with, you can get them at ATSstats.com. In fact, go to picks, go to Ron Raymond, and then you can see my selections. I had a good day last night. I went 5-0 with my selections yesterday. Houston was my free pick. Tampa Bay under was my free pick you got on the video, and then my 3 members pick. And I always rate my picks 5 units, 3 units, or 1 unit, depending on the day. And my 5-star best bet yesterday was the Chicago White Sox, Boston Red Sox over. We got lucky there. And the Giants were my selection. So a little bit long-winded today before I get to the Raymond Report. But again, I get all these questions. How do I get your picks? Why aren't these your picks? And you know what? I think that's pretty detailed today, right? All right. Let's get to the MLB and let's talk about the current market conditions. And again, if you watch my videos on my tips, hopefully you guys are watching the tips. Today is the money management tip, and we're talking about the bullish cycle that we're in right now on a 7-day average. Favorites won again last night, folks. You know, we said it on June 23rd right up until July 4th. We had a hell of a cycle for the favorites. In fact, that was one for the ages maybe. But the favorites did win at a high clip. And then we had that reversal, which I talked about. Specifically on that day, I said, watch out. I think I mentioned on July 3rd, I said, we're due for an underdog day. And sure enough, on July 5th, we went 9-2, and we're right back at the favorites. In fact, the favorites now, folks, 62.3%, 58.4% on the year, 59 on the 3-month average. Favorites, and more favorites are winning on a high clip. And looking yesterday in the over-unders, we are now on a 3-day run on overs, and that's why you're seeing we're in the bull market on the 3-day average of 65%. All right, let's get to those computer picks that you're all waiting for, and it took only 5 minutes to get through that, right? LA Dodgers taking on the scrappy Miami Marlins. I call them scrappy because all they do is just fight, and they're never... The one thing I do admire about Manley and his team is that they always fight, and you're never... You know, you always got a chance when you got the Marlins. Unfortunately, not this year. They're not a good team at 38-47. However, you got to give them credit. They're on a 3-game win streak, and they beat the Dodgers last night again, 9-6. You got Sandy Alcantara going today for the Marlins. He's up against Julio Urias of the LA Dodgers, and we do like the Dodgers in this one. 5.05, 3.5, the over-under at 8.55. 70% chance on the Raymond Report, law of average theory, and that's because the Dodgers are on a 3-game slide. Oakland taking on the Houston Astros. Good game last night at Minute Maid Park. Stros winning last night 4-3. And you got Lance McCullers Jr. going today up against Frankie Montas of the Oakland Athletics. And this game today is at 2:10, so a little afternoon delight. And we do like, oh, look at that, a tie. 4.5 to 4.5, the over at 9. And the over-under today is at 8.5. So we'll see if the over has a chance here today. Houston Astros on a 6-game win streak. Colorado taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now the Rockies going to send Chichi Gonzalez here today to the hill. He'll be up against Jake Faria of the Arizona Diamondbacks. D-backs a 138 home favorite. The over-under set at 9.5. ATS forecast. Computer pick. Going to lean with the Rockies, 5.1 to 5.06, the over-under at 10.1. And looking at the Rockies now on a 2-game losing streak, 37-50 on the year. The over-under record is 37-46-4. A lot of those were under at home. Coors Field, right? So you're going to have high totals, and unfortunately, they don't have the bats to match those totals. And for Arizona, not a good season, 25-63. And looking at the value edge, I had both in dog prices, so not even worth the talk right there. All right, New York Yankees, they open up the parade. They're on a 2-game win streak, and maybe this is what they needed. They need to get out of the New York, get in Seattle, and have a few games, and hopefully they can string on some winning streak, because let's be honest, the American League East is better when the Yankees and Red Sox are winning. It just makes for a fun division to follow. Minus 138 is the price tag here today for the Bronx Bombers, and Seattle 8.5 is the total. The ATS forecast, the computer pick, going to lean with the Yankees again, 5.14 to 4.1, the over-under at 9.33. Jordan Montgomery going to go here for the Bronx Bombers. He's up against Logan Gilbert, and when he goes for the Mariners, they are 6-1 his starts, 5-1-1 to the over. Seattle now on a 2-game losing streak. They are 44-43 on the season, and the line value I had on the Yankees, fair market value, 135 was my line, and you got 138, and your Kogo is at 50%. Toronto Blue Jays putting on double digits on the scoreboard last night, 10-2 winners over the Baltimore Orioles. Keegan Akin going to go today for the Orioles, and he'll be up against Alex Manoah of the Toronto Blue Jays. We do like the Orioles in this one here on the computer pick, based on only 8 previous games in the system. And look at that, 67% chance of winning for Baltimore, 57 for the Blue Jays. And we do have the computer pick at 6.2 for Baltimore and 2.79 for the Jays. Pittsburgh taking on the New York Mets. No line on this game yet, so please check the website for the latest information on that game. But I can give you some information. Pittsburgh last game, 14-3 loss to the Braves, where the Mets won last night, 5-0 against Milwaukee. They beat Brad Anderson. Taijuan Walker is scheduled to go here today for the Mets, and he's up against JT Brubaker. And when Brubaker goes for Pittsburgh, 4-11 to the under, and that might work out because look at that. The over-under record for New York this season, 35-45-3 this season. Kansas City taking on the Tribe. Now Cleveland, a 126 favorite in this one. I had them listed at plus 102. So if you're looking for value, they're a bit overvalued today against the Royals. And the Royals going to send Danny Duffy. Hey, why do I think of Duff Beer or something? A Homer Simpson beer, right? Maybe they should get a sponsor right there. Duff Beer for Danny Duffy. Zach Plesac going to go here for the Cleveland Indians, And Zach Plesac, the son of Dan Plesac, used to be a pitcher with the Toronto Blue Jays. So good genes right there. Let's see if Zach can get a W for the Tribe here today. 75% chance of winning compared to 62 for the Royals. And looking at the Cleveland Indians, man, they need that W because look at that. They're on an 8-game slide, and their last 3 have gone over the total. Phillies taking on the Cubs. Speaking of slides, what was it, 11-game losing streak for Chicago? Let me check my records here. And Chicago Cubs, let me see, where are you, Cubbies? Yesterday, I'm looking for the Cubs, and I don't see them on my list right, wait a minute there. Maybe they're on the next page. And where is it? Here it is. Yeah, 11-game losing streak. So they were on an 11-game losing streak. They finally got that W last night. 8-3 winners. And Albert Alzolay going to go here today for the Cubbies. He's up against Zach Eflin of the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies' last 4 games have gone over the total, while the last 3 have gone over for the Cubs. Today's first pitch at Wrigley under the lights, 8 o'clock. And we do like Chicago again, 5.07, 3.82, the over-under at 8.89. Cincinnati taking on the Brew Crew. Milwaukee, a minus 107 favorite. I had them listed at minus 155. The Kogels at 56%. Milwaukee now beat bullish now, so they're in a bull cycle up against another team that's beat bullish. So this is, you know what, this is a pretty good matchup. You got Tyler Mahle up against Adrian Hauser of the Milwaukee Brewers, and we do like the Brew Crew in this one, 5.3 to 3.2. The over-under at 8.62. So it does like it to go over the total. And you know what? From a viewing pleasure, you know when you watch the baseball games, there's some stadiums that really show well on TV. I always thought Miller Park shows well when you watch those games, right? Same thing with Houston. Just, I don't know, something I've just picked up on. Some things that make you go, right? Detroit taking on the Minnesota Twins. Now the Twinkies, a 125 favorite. The over-under is set at 10. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the Minnesota Twins. 7.4 to 5.09. Over-under at 12.51. 63% chance of winning for Minnesota compared to 44 for the Detroit Tigers on the law of average theory. And looking at both these teams, Twins on a 2-game lose streak. Twins lost yesterday 6-1 to the burly right-hander Lance Lynn, which was our 5-star best bet yesterday. And today we do like the Twins again, as I said, 7-5, and the over-under at 12.51. And the last game on the board is the Washington Nationals taking on the San Diego Padres. Mad Maxers are going up against Yu Darvish. Great pitching matchup right there. Padres are 13-4 in Darvish starts, while the Nationals are 9-7 for Scherzer starts. Man, you got to feel for Scherzer last game. He was up 3-1. I forget the team they were playing. I want to say, I want to say, I don't know. I better not take a. Yeah, they were up 3-1. They were up 3-1. The manager goes and gets them. And next thing you know, they blow the lead. I want to say Braves. I don't know for some reason, but maybe not. Maybe it was the Dodgers. I think it was Dodgers. And they lose that game. They got blown out. In fact, I think it was the Dodgers or Houston. Yeah, one of those two teams. You know what? Now that I said it, I got to go look after. All right, Washington, 4.5. San Diego, 5.23. The over-under at 9.79. So it does like it to go over the total today. The last 4 games for the Padres have gone over. The last 3 for Washington have gone over. And you know me, I got to go get that information for you because the one thing I like to do on these shows is be accurate when I give as much information as possible. And you know what? When you're in the information business and, you know, they always say 99.9% of the stats are, made on the spot. Well, I try not to follow that advice, right? We try to get you the most accurate stats. And it was the Dodgers, 10-5 there. So there you go. You got yourself a good reference right there. And you know what? Since we're on this game, let's take a look at the full Raymond Report. This is the Raymond Report. What you see is what you get when you sign up with a membership. And again, folks, get 20% off your next membership using promo code FOOTBALL2021. And you can see right here, San Diego, 5-5 in their last 10 games, 6-4 to the over-under. Same thing for Washington. They got identical last 10 games. My line on this game, the daily market value index, minus 165 for San Diego. You can see they're 145, so they're a bit, you're getting a good discount here, but you're also getting a fair market value on the Nationals, and you're getting a hell of a pitcher in Mad Max Scherzer. 42% chance of winning compared to 55. The Kogo is at 29%. The last 4 games for the Padres have gone over the total, and when they're at home against a team below 500, they're 13-7 on the year, and when Washington's on the road against a team that is 50 to 59.9 in the standings, they're 8-7. Washington 18-21 on the year on the road, where San Diego is 31-17 at home. One of the best records at home this season. As a home favorite, they're 28-14, while the Washington Nationals are 12-19 as a road dog, averaging 4.58 runs for, giving up 5.23 against. And when you scroll right down here, folks, these are some of the best trends you're going to see in the industry. And look at that. The fourth game of a series this year, Washington Nationals on the road, 1-2. And the league average is 48-40. So always compare the league average with the team average. This way you can see if you can string along some good information. But here's a nice little stat for you. When Washington's on the road and they're facing an opponent that has a 51-60% win percentage, 6-2 on the year for the Nationals. And let's take a look at the San Diego Padres off a loss this year. And when they're at home off a loss, 11-6. And they're 5-5 as a loss coming off a home favorite. And look at the coming off a left-handed pitcher. So the last night San Diego did face Patrick Corbin, the lefty, and they're 4-1 off a left-handed pitcher this year. And in the next game, they're 7-3 against an opponent with a 41-50% win percentage. And folks, we got more information here that you can shake a stick at, and that's why it's really to your advantage if you get a Raymond Report membership. So this way, if you're doing your handicapping, you see how detailed it is for baseball. Imagine what it's like for football, and you can get it by saving 20% off by using Football 2021 as a promo code. And before we go, I'm going to leave you with Friends Are Your Trends. Hey, Friends Are Your Trends segment, one of our favorite segments here. And let's kick it off with the Athletics. Now, the Oakland A's are 10-1 to the over as a 120-140 road underdog, coming off a game that went under the total the last 4 years, and that was a 4-3 final last night, so it did went under. And again, 10-1 to the over for Oakland, who were playing Houston, as a 120-140 road underdog, coming off an under. The under 9-1 for the Rockies as a 120-140 road underdog during day games the last 4 years. So that's an interesting angle right there. I always like the current season stats. Is there any current season? Here's one down here. The Yankees, 8-2 as an away team, coming off a left-handed pitcher. So anytime the Yankees are coming off a southpaw this year, they're 8-2 in their next game. And let's get one more here. Let's get, I always like the current season one. The current season, Houston, 8-2 as a 140-160 home favorite versus American Conference opponent this season. And those are your current trends are your friends today. For let me see one more. Let's go. Let's leave on a high note right here. Let's go to the Cubs. So the Cubbies are 13-3 as a home team, coming off 3 games that gone over the total the last 4 years. So I don't know if that's a big one there. The Cubs. You might have to take a deep breath. You're going to take the Cubs today, but hopefully that will work out for you. All right, there you have it, folks. That is the Raymond Report for a Thursday, July 8th. Can you believe it? We're already in July. And again, folks, if you do enjoy the show, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner. And if you want my picks today, my best bets, go to atsstats.com, go to picks, go to Ron Raymond, and you can see I had a pretty good night last night. I went 5-0. In fact, I cashed a Tampa Bay Lightning futures ticket that I put after the Florida series. Remember, I like Florida to win the Stanley Cup, and I said in that series, I said whoever wins that series is going to win the Stanley Cup. And sure enough, I cashed that futures ticket last night, so that's why I'm smiling like a butcher's dog this morning here on the Raymond Report. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your day. As always, shop for value. Play those percentages. I'll see you back here on I'll see you today at 1 o'clock on the live stream. Cheers.